What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Exoria. Oh yeah, guys. So last episode, we ended up setting up our Buildcraft lasers, our assembly table. We started powering them with some of our Buildcraft energy because apparently you cannot use RF energy with Buildcraft. Pretty sure you used to be able to for a while. Anyway, we made some of these forestry machines over here, and yeah, we got some things going on. This episode, today, we're going to continue on with our progression. So after getting the I'm a firing my laser quest complete, the next one is metal press. So it says, I found a new way to make plates and gears, etc. Pressing ingots with power. Cool. So this wants us to make a redstone engineering block, 2 steel scaffolding, 2 conveyor belts, 1 piston, and a heavy engineering block. So pretty much this is just teaching us how to make the different parts for immersive engineering. And then I'm sure it's going to want us to do something with that. This is metal press mold. Oh, okay. So this just wants us to make the metal press, right? That's all the parts for it. Got it. So let's go ahead and start with that. I've already done a little bit of the searching through JEI for this. So the redstone engineering block does require us to have a redstone chipset, right? We don't have any more of those and never made any extra. The ones that we did make, we put into, I think, the casing for the forestry machines, right? So let's just get one more of these things cooking over here so we can proceed. All right, yeah, that's building up with the power. I think these are off, right? Yeah, off. Let's turn these all on. We only get 6 MJ per tick because each one of these Stirling engines only produces 1 MJ per tick. So yeah, no matter how we set this up, I don't think we have enough power to fully utilize all 5 of our lasers here, but it is still enough to get this progress bar to move. Okay, so beyond the fact that we needed the redstone chipset for that, steel scaffolding, conveyors, all these other things, we can start making those. We did have one conveyor already made. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. Yeah, this right here. I think we were using these conveyors, right? For the recipe? Yeah, that plus 1 piece of plastic, so we can do that. Rubber? Is it rubber or plastic? I guess we'll find out. That works. Okay. So we have 2 of those. Next thing, we needed 2 steel scaffolding. So the steel scaffolding requires 3 steel ingots plus these steel rods. Now, I think we're going to have to cast those out, right? And you get 2 of them per steel ingot. Do we have any extra steel in here? We do. All right. So we will grab that. We'll grab some of our charcoal. We'll start heating this thing up and making some steel rods out of it. So click that, get the glass out, and 2 of those and some of this. I have started cooking up more steel up here once again, just to make sure that we will not run out. Put some more charcoal in there. So yeah, you can use charcoal or the coal coke in here to turn the iron ingots into the steel scaffolding. And since we're kind of running out of room for all the creosote oil, yeah, this tank's full. I had to throw away a couple of buckets so we could do the full 24 pieces of charcoal through this. Since we're running out of room for that creosote, I've just been using charcoal. It burns faster, but we have a lot of it. It's fairly easy for us to get using the charcoal pit, right? Okay, so anyway, we have the steel rods being made. How close are we? We're getting fairly close. It's still going to take a minute for that. Oh, melt 1800. So that's going to smelt about as slowly as iron did previously for us upgrading the stuff. So it's going to be a little slow. I guess we could probably go and grab our redstone chipset. That should be done by now and just popped into the world. Yep, let's grab that guy. Very good. So I think we wanted 4 iron plates. So let's grab 4 iron and we'll just smack that with the hammer. Eventually, once we get this quest complete, we'll never have to use the hammer to make plates again. And that'll be kind of nice. I think it was 4 redstone as well, wasn't it? Let's take a look. Redstone engineering block? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we have 1 redstone engineering block done. Cool, we are making progress. So moving on beyond that, steel scaffolding is in progress. Piston. So piston required something different in this pack, doesn't it? Yeah, it requires a tin gear. And yeah, we need to go melt down 4 tin for that. But our melting thing is occupied, so we will hold off for just a little bit. And beyond that one, we need a heavy engineering block. So that is 4 steel. Oh, okay, so we're gonna need a few pistons here. So let's do 12 of that. We need to turn that into 3 different gears. The steel things, 2 steel plus 1 copper equals 1 of those. We need 2 of those, so we need 4 steel plates. That's easy enough for us to do. We'll just do it the same way. Whoops, what am I doing? Clicking the wrong thing. All right, so there's our steel plates. We need 2 copper, and then we need our engineering workbench, which I think we put over here. Okay, so we put that and that in there. There's 2 steel mechanical components. So we need 4 more steel and then our pistons with 1 electrum ingot. So pretty much we're waiting on this to finish up. And that's done. So we can swap that over to the gear, and then we can put the tin in there, and that'll go fairly quickly. In comparison, yeah, that only has a melting point of 550k as opposed to 1800. Okay, so we should get our gears going over here. Let's wait for this to finish up. I'll make the rest of these pistons, and we will be right back, guys. All right, so there's our pistons, and that should complete the next portion of the quest, right? We still have to make the heavy engineering block and the steel scaffolding, I guess. Okay, so let's do heavy engineering. Okay, we need 4 more steel. Get the steel for the heavy engineering block. It's not, oh, we need 1 more electrum. Ha, got it. Okay, so now we have everything. So there is the 2 heavy engineering blocks, followed up by the steel scaffolding. I guess we need 3 more steel in my inventory. Right, so now we should complete the quest with this craft here. Done. Okay. Quest complete? Quest complete. Very good. So now that we have that done, it's going to give us a projector, which is nice. That's from Immersive Petroleum. That puts like an image of whatever the multi-block from Immersive Engineering is in the world, so you know where to place blocks. That's a really cool addition. And then the engineer's blueprint for making metal press molds. Very good. So let's claim that. So now we should be able to make the metal press molds for making plates or gears or whatever else. That'll be way better than what we've been doing it thus far, which is good. So we will set up the metal press here in a little bit, but I'm kind of curious what these other questing things are here. So automated components. Crafting components in the workbench will get tedious soon. I need to automate the process with an automated workbench. Okay, so this is how you automate things in immersive engineering, making the different parts like the steel mechanical components or whatever. But the only downside is each one of those can only be set to 1 type of recipe. So you have to make multiple of those. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be using it too much until we get like fully automated. But yeah, it's definitely a thing that we'll be looking at in the future. The other quest was making more circuitry, and that looks like it's going to unlock a different style of crafting. So that wanted us to get an acid bucket, a carpenter, and a refined circuit board. We have not made a carpenter yet. I was like, didn't we make one? No, that's a squeezer. They look fairly same. A lot of the forestry machines do. Refined circuit board, carpenter, and acid bucket. Okay, well, these are things we can start looking at. I don't know how to get acid bucket, but I guess acid, whatever this fluid is. So this acid comes from Misty World. So how are we supposed to get that? I guess we're going to be going to the Misty World soon. I don't know. Did we unlock another section? We haven't. I guess we're going to complete that. Yeah, I don't know how we get to Misty World. I don't think that's been a thing that they've taught us. We also have a few more quests to do here. It might be worth me going through and knocking out these different things. Tell you what, let me just do that real quick. If there's anything that's like tricky about these, I'll bring you guys back in. But I think that's just straight crafting. So I will craft those up and we'll be right back. All right, well, I was going to start on crafting those different components there. And then I took a look at the fluid pump, the very first thing that I was looking at, and that requires all sorts of iron plates. Iron plates, more iron plates. Now, we know how to make iron plates by smacking them on the table with that hammer, but we just got done making a machine that will do iron plates for us. I think it makes sense that we hook that machine up. So I grabbed our engineer's manual that we made a little while ago. Under the heavy machinery section, you can see that there is the metal press, and this shows us how to make it. So it's steel scaffolding on the bottom with a redstone engineering block. So let's do that. I think, yeah, we should be fine here. So that redstone engineering block in the center, like so. And then we need conveyor belts pointing whichever way we want these to go. So I'll point them that way and that way. Right in the very center, I don't remember, what is it? It is the piston facing downwards, and then the heavy engineering block on top. So piston right here, and then we need the heavy engineering block on top of that. There we go. We do need to turn the piston so it's facing down, and then we can click it with the hammer to form the machine. This requires power from this top block up here, and then we can draw the power over. So that's the next step for us to do. Let's grab connectors and things. So there is an MV wire connector, and then we need an MV wire, which I am not seeing any more of. Right here, we have the ones that are uncoated. Probably want to coat that a little bit, turn it into the insulated versions. But you know what? We don't have that stuff together. Let's just hook this thing up and get it going for right now. I will swap that out. It'll just be easier to not do it right at this moment. Okay, so we do that. Oh, I didn't grab the coil. I thought I did. All right, well, let's go back up here, grab our MV coil, and we'll hopefully be sure not to zap ourselves with it too badly. All right, so there's that. So we can do a shift right click on this one and a right click up there. Cool. So this thing should be powered up. It looks like it has plenty of power. We just need to drop different items onto that conveyor belt. We could use like a hopper for certain items to do that. Let's just make, I don't know, 16 iron plates for right now. Just queue those all up ready to go. All right, so how am I gonna do this? I think if I point up and then I do that, it'll land on the conveyor belt. Oh, you know what? That's not even gonna work because we don't have the metal press mold yet, do we? Yeah, we gotta go make the metal press mold. I forgot that important step. That's right, because we're gonna want to swap out between like metal plates or making plates or gears or whatever. So let's take the crafting components out. We'll put this one in. So to make metal press mold, it says it needs 5 steel plates and 1 engineer's wire cutter. Okay, so wire cutter. So 2 sticks and an iron. Okay, that's a lot cheaper than I was expecting that to be. 2 sticks and an iron. Stick, and 1 iron. Then we needed 5 steel plates, I believe, right? I think that's what it was. So there's that. Okay, and then we will have to hammer these out for now. I mean, we could melt them, I guess, but we'll just hammer them out. That'll be the fastest method of doing this. Okay, so now we should be able to do that and start creating plates from RF that we're generating for free now. Okay, so there's the plates, there's the wire cutter, there's the metal press mold plate. So that does not use the entire wire cutter. That's nice. So we'll probably want to make the gear one, the rod one, the wire one, and then as far as the other ones, I'm not entirely sure if we're going to need those. So now that we have this, we should be able to take that downstairs, apply it to our metal press, and start pressing out our iron ingots into plates. Okay, so we'll once again see if I can do that. Okay, so it is taking the iron ingots. It is now stamping them. Very good. So we can place like a chest at the end here, and it'll put those into a chest. That's probably going to be a good idea to do, so we can just queue up items and walk away and not forget about them. Do we have any chests extra around here? We do. Okay. So we'll just place a chest right there, and the conveyor belts does insert those directly into the chest, so that's quite nice. Very good. I like this a lot. Yeah, okay. I don't know if this is going to be its permanent location, but for right now, this is going to work and get us to where we need to be, so I am happy about that. So getting back to the fluid pump, yeah, so actually it's just 2 iron plates plus a copper. We should be able to start doing these things now. Copper. So yeah, we made the steel mechanical component just a little bit ago. The iron one is exactly the same, except it uses iron instead of steel, obviously. So there's 1 iron mechanical component. Okay, so iron plates, more iron plates. The rest of the crafting for this fluid pump should be fairly straightforward. So there's the piping and this. Cool, fluid pump. So there is that. Well, anyway, I'm going to continue on with the rest of the the crafting for these, we are going to want 2 blast furnace preheaters if we are going to use this. I'm not sure how much steel we're going to need in the future. I do know immersive engineering uses quite a lot. I don't know how extensively that is used in this mod pack, so I might end up making 2 of these. Charging station, external heater. Anyway, let me go ahead and finish crafting these, and we'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, so we got a good portion of things done here. I have made 2 of these blast furnace preheaters. We made the fluid pump, we made the external heater as part of the blast furnace preheaters. Charging station is one of the next things we need to do, so let's do that. Charging station. Yeah, there was nothing too crazy here. Copper wire coil block. These do require the LV wire coils, which are made with these copper wires, which we can make using our metal press with the metal press mold. So I went ahead and... Stop bouncing. I went ahead and I made the rest of these metal press molds with all the steel that we've been collecting. Yep, so we got the plate one, we have the rod, the gear, and the wire one. So we're able to make things more efficiently now. So yeah, I had to make a bunch of the wire copper coils for these various different crafting recipes. But anyway, we are good to go. So there's a charging station. That should complete that quest. All right, so useful gadgets is now complete. We do not get a reward from that. I was also working on the revolver quest. Now it says you only need to complete 1 of these. So I've only completed 1 of them. This is going to give us an engineer blueprint for projectiles and specialized projectiles. It says that I'm pretty confident long-range weapons might prove useful. It says that that's going to be useful. I don't know. Never really needed revolvers before, but we don't have anything like a bow and arrow or anything along those lines, so who knows? We might need these. So that did require a bunch of steel for this thing. So iron mechanical component and then some steel wrapped around it. The revolver barrel requires more steel, and the revolver hammer yet even more steel. So yeah, we put a bunch of steel into this, and then the wooden grips are just copper with some treated sticks. Not that big of a deal, but I did have to make some more of the treated wood using our iron cauldron again for the lacquer planks. Anyway, so that is now done. We should be able to claim our reward here, so let's do that. Claim it. So we got 2 of these engineer blueprints. Now I did set a chest down over here by engineer's work table, so we can store these things, keep them all together so we don't have to hunt around our various different inventories for where those blueprints are. I think that just is a better place for them. So everything is now done. All these quests up until this point, there's nothing further for us to do except for bees, I guess. Nothing further for us to do except for automated components or more circuitry. So automated components wants us to craft a bunch of different things, and then it wants us to make a circuit board. I guess I'm assuming it wants us to auto craft circuit boards, I guess. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some more crafting here, just some more conveyor belts. I mean, we've seen how those are. We already have these conveyor belts, which you just add rubber or whatever to. Yeah, it's just rubber, and you can convert them, if you do it right, to those. Yeah, there's not a big deal here, just a little bit of crafting. So let me get to that and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so we got all the crafting done now for the next quest here, automated components. We have all these different things ready to go. I was trying to figure out where I wanted to place this thing, and with our stairs coming down like so, we really don't have a lot of room to place this down the way I'd like to. Now, I was just kind of looking, though. There are elevators in this mod pack. These are the open block ones, and it's just with wool surrounding a pixie dust. We are going to need 2 of those, so we're going to need 16 wool. You can turn industrial hemp fiber. Oops, wrong button. Uses 3 of those turn into a string. And yeah, so I went ahead and I converted all the industrial hemp fiber we had into string. We have 5 remaining. I ended up making an additional 14 white wool. We had 2 in this chest previously, and we have pixie dust. So we should be able to make ourselves some elevators and get rid of that staircase. This is going to be a lot better, I do believe. Let's get rid of this. We'll place that block right back here. And I don't know, I suppose right here should be just fine for the elevator. We'll take away this entire staircase, and then we'll place the other elevator down below so we can just kind of teleport up and down. Where is it? It's right here, which is right next to our cobblestone generator, which should be okay, I think. Yeah, cool. So now we can go up and down. This is the wattle and daub stuff. Do we have 2 more of that anywhere? Maybe. I'm gonna have to fill it in with something so I don't fall down that hole, because I've been known to fall down holes before. I don't see any more of the wattle and daub stuff. I guess for right now, I'll fill it in with stone just so the hole is filled, and then I'll replace that with something better later. But anyway, now we can come down here, and now it feels like we have more room to do stuff with without that staircase, right? So I'm thinking we could place the automatic workbench over here. I was looking, it's a 3x3 structure, right? Yeah, so that's the construction of it. And this thing flies by kind of fast. You can pause it, and go like layer by layer and do all these different things if you want to. See, stop. Well, anyway, easiest thing for us to do at this point is to craft the book with the projector that sets the projector to the page that the book is on. Then you can just kind of see what this looks like in the world without having to do anything, right? So I think, well, if we do that, we're going to be awfully close to this chest, but I'm not sure if that's really going to matter. I'm not liking this floor being slabs. I don't know why I made it as slabs to begin with. Probably just to prevent like pixies and stuff from spawning in here. Eventually what I'm going to do, I think we'll do a double layer of these stone slabs and make it all solid. Yeah, so we're not down half a block. So this will be a little bit nicer. We won't be so low anymore looking at these machines. But anyway, we can see where the different parts go, where we got to put different things to get this thing working. So let's do it. We need light engineering blocks. That is the wrong location. So light engineering blocks. We need some steel scaffolding. Yep, all 5 of these. Like so. Place it. This I think is the heavy engineering block. And then over here, that's got to be the redstone one. Cool. So next layer, we got the first layer complete, and then automatically pops up and shows us. Oh, yeah, projector has to be on the hotbar. Okay, so we need slab, and then we need these conveyor belts going a certain direction. I'm not exactly sure which way they go. Let me put a slab here so I can get up here and see what's going on. Okay, yeah, you can see the way they are going. Let's do the light engineering blocks here. We'll do the other heavy one. And then the conveyor belts we can place facing that way, this way, that way. Whoops, place it. It's not right clicking. I guess I'm in the way. And then this way. Cool. So that is the way that's set up. So now we just gotta smack it with the engineer's hammer on one of these blocks. You cannot form this multi-block. Further progression required. Oh. Oh, it says this is invalid? Where'd that go? Okay, it's over here. Did I have that facing the wrong direction? I'm not entirely sure. We'll face it that way. It still says that's wrong, and I don't know why it says that's wrong. That looks like that should be right to me. Let's go back to the engineer's manual real quick. So we go this way, then this way, and then 2 of them go that way. That should be right. That says, yeah, just 4 conveyor belt. I don't know why that one's marked like it's incorrect. That is odd. Anyway, let's try clicking it once again with the hammer. Further progression is required. Do we not have things unlocked? Is that the problem? Does this need... Oh, that was weird. So the conveyor belt is facing the wrong way, and now it's got a green border around it like it's correct. Yeah, I think there's something wrong about that. Anyway, it still doesn't want me to click on it. Oh, here we go. Okay, well, it formed. Odd. I don't know why it keeps saying things aren't the correct way. It did end up forming with this one conveyor belt facing the wrong direction, and after we clicked on the right spot. Okay, anyway, so in here, we can place down one of our component blueprints. So we need to go get one of those. Let's go over and grab the crafting component one. I think that's actually in this thing. Yeah, craft components. Okay, so we'll bring that downstairs. and place it inside this guy. I feel like I want to turn this around. It's facing the wall and it shouldn't be. So yeah, now you can select which crafting component you want. You can only automate one of these crafting components at a time, which is kind of unfortunate. So one of the things I dislike about this, but if you set up enough of these and you have things fully automated, it can be good. So it does require power from the top. Yeah, I should grab a slab while I'm up here as well. Let's do that. I'll grab some more of those, actually. So we needed MV wire connector, and then another one of our insulated MV wires, and we can get that all hooked up and powered, and things should work. Okay, so we'll place that there, and we will do a shift right click and a right click. Okay, so this thing should now have power. It is definitely gaining power like it should. Very good. Yeah, so it wanted us to craft one of these, so let's do that. That is just a circuit, right? A circuit board. Okay, so in order to make that, we need the vacuum tubes, redstone chipsets, so copper wires and all these different things. We've made these before, but now it wants us to do it again. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and craft this up real quick. We can start using some of the different components that we have set up, like the wire press. So that makes 3 at a time. Okay, so we just need 1 copper ingot for that. Yeah, we can come over here and just swap out the plate mold with this thing, like so. Okay, so we're no longer making plates. We are going to make wires, and we're going to make it out of the copper wire. And get stamped. Very good. So I guess we have to make the vacuum tubes first. We need a redstone and a piece of glass to finish this up. So let's go grab redstone and a piece of glass. There we go. Hopefully it uses that glass and not vanilla only. So clicking back on here, we can swap it over to this guy, place these in, and then it should do something here. Yeah, you can see all the components moving around. They're getting drilled, things are happening, get stamped, and then just ejects into the world. So we could put a chest here for it to get ejected into, which would be a lot nicer. Okay, so we have those. So we need redstone chipsets, which will take a minute to do, a copper plate. Let me go ahead and finish up the rest of this, and we'll be right back. All right, so the lasering is complete. We have all the components. All we gotta do is click the button, and yeah, things are progressing. I do like the animation of this automated workbench. I just wish that you could do more than just one selected item. So that completes our quest here, and we get no reward for that. So the next thing we got to do is start looking at getting this acid bucket, which it says it's complete, but I'm not exactly sure how that's complete. Did we get acid from somewhere? Oh, you know what? You know what? I have completely forgotten. That says Misty World on it, so I'm thinking that's from a different dimension. It is, in fact, the case that there is acid out here somewhere, isn't there? Yeah, I see green on the map over this way. Yeah, there is not just lava around, but there is, in fact, like flowing acid. I think we saw that in one of the very first episodes where it was touching lava and making like a cobblestone generator. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so this must be the acid that we need. Right. Well, we are running a little bit long in the episode. We really don't have time to mess with that today. I just now remembered that there is, in fact, acid around, so I had to go double check and make sure that I wasn't crazy. So yeah, we got a lot of good stuff going on today. We are progressing with power, we're progressing with tech, we're able to craft a lot of the things we weren't able to craft before now with RF, which is absolutely fantastic. We got ourselves a fancy elevator, so we don't need to do stairs anymore. Yeah, we're coming along quite nicely. Anyway, guys, we're going to go and wrap the episode up here for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.